Right, Akpos, give us a practical example of how to raise capital for a small business, and perhaps every other person listening there would borrow a leaf from that.
Okay, now let's look at it from this A. I actually divided into two different categories. You can actually create capital for your business from two major sources. I looked at it from one, a traditional source of creating capital for your business, and then a non-traditional ways of creating capital for your business. Now, like the traditional ways which we're already used to and a lot of us don't practice, from personal savings. From your personal saving, you can generate capital for your business. Now, this is a very crucial one. People say, I know all these things already. You know it, but you don't do it. Now, do you know why people fail a lot? I told somebody yesterday, success is a choice. You choose success or you choose failure. Now, a lot of people fail because of three reasons. One, because they don't know it and they don't want to admit that they don't know it. Secondly, is that they know it, but they don't practice it. And thirdly, they don't know it and they don't even want to know it.
Okay.
So that's the three major things. If you fall into this category and you're listening to me right now, I just want to urge you, please shape in your mind. Have a paradigm shift. Shift your mentality. Business has changed. The trend of business is moving, and you have to move with time. Imagine if Dangote, for example, did not move with the trend of business. He wouldn't emerge as the richest black man in the world. I was reading an article this morning about the richest man in China, Jack Ma, and then I looked at something. He said, if you give a monkey money and banana, the monkey is going to go for the banana, not knowing that with the money you can buy more bananas. That's how some humans are. If you put before them job and business, they will go for the job, not knowing that the business can create more jobs for others and also create money that is bigger than their salary. So they will rather go. I always tell people, start with a paid employment, but don't end there. That can be your beginning step.
I hope you're listening.
Yeah.
I hope you're listening.
Yeah. So start up with that point of saying you want to get a job. Your paycheck is not enough to pay for your vision, for crying out loud. You have a global mindset. I started my brand locally, but I had a global mindset. There's a coaching section I'm running with somebody, and then the guy works in Chevron, and he said he wants to have a business by his side. We're just running 2 months. Now, within 3 weeks, I've been able to generate some business idea for him. Now, I've been able to send him a structure of how to develop his business plan. Now, I took him into the field yesterday of the kind of business he wants to go into. Okay. I took him to some major places in Warri that he needs to see these things practically done. And then I gave him a book to read. Global Brands, How They Started. It's a must. You must read now. You want to be global, you must read how these brands, how they started.
And how they sustain.
The principles that they used. Some of them that are started that failed, why they failed. You can't start up something that will not be a transgenerational brand. That's why as time goes on, we'll be able to come up with a kind of business topic on how to build to last. How to build a global brand that will last.
Even after you're gone.
I'm telling you seriously. And then we'll make that very practical. We'll bring some global brands that have stayed more than 30, 40 decades. The investors, they've gone so far, but those brands are still waxing strong by the day. So looking at that traditional way of raising capital for your business, personal savings, these are the hardest things for people to do. Why do I say that? A lot of people work, but they don't save. You must understand that 10% of what you work is yours to keep. That's a natural principle. Just like the way 10% of what you earn is for God to keep. 10% minimum, I'm saying minimum. Me, I don't do 10%, I do 15%.
But minimum of 10%.
Exactly.
You should keep that.
Most times I do 80%. Because the lesser your expenditure, the more your savings. And don't just save to save, save to invest. That's why as time goes on, we'll be looking at the investing mentality. People need to come to recognition that there's a thin line between raising capital for your business and also being able to have an investment mentality. There's just a thin line. So if you want to raise capital for your business, as we talk on, you see some of them, you must also be able to create that investment mentality for yourself. Because that's what you use to spread your tentacles in order for make more.
And to build your brand.
Exactly. To be able to make more finances to come into the picture that you use to fund the main idea. So you must learn how to save. Now, some persons, they have savings accounts that are their regular bank account. That's wrong. I have a savings account. I have an investment account.
Like they save there, but every now and then they go there.
They go there and withdraw. That's not savings. You're not saving. You should have different accounts. A savings account is for you to save for rainy days. Then you should have an investment account that you don't touch. It's only when you want to invest, you go there, and when the money comes, you apply it back into that account. It can be a high-yielding savings account that you do over the years, and then before you know, within 10 years, you've been able to raise huge capital. So you see, capital is not the problem. Imagine if you were saving 1K back then when you were in secondary school. Before you finish university and now you're looking for a job, how much would you have saved?
True.
Let's say you're saving 1K for two weeks. Imagine how much you... So you see, the issue of capital is not the problem. The issue is the thought problem, the mentality problem. If you are able to know how to do it, you do it, and then you'll be able to gain, all that. So don't have just a savings account as your regular account. Have a normal regular account for your daily expenditure, weekly expenditure. They have a savings account. That one is to save for emergency, for rainy days, for house rent, for those kind of things. Then you have your investment account. You don't do anything. That's your business account. You understand? Anytime you see an opportunity you want to invest into, that's where you pluck the money out.
And when the dividend come, you put it back there.
You put it back there, and then you see it begins to grow. Then you need to be able to understand that budgeting is key. I have an Excel spreadsheet that I use to, monitor my daily income and my daily expenditure. At the end of the month, I do an evaluation, and then I see the value of, okay, this is my income, this is my expenditure. And I trace back. If the expenditure is more than the income, I trace back and I look at what area did I spend more. I need to cut down on these areas. I'll look at them. If they are needs, then I'll see how I can cut down. But if they are wants, I'll eradicate them out. Because there's a difference between needs and wants.